ಭಾರತ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನಗಳು ಯುದ್ಧದ ಹೊಸ್ತಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತುಕೊಂಡಿವೆ. ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಂಗ್ ಕಮಾಂಡರ್ ಅಭಿನಂದನ್ ಶತ್ರುವಿನ ಕೈಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವೀರ ಪೈಲಟ್ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವುದು ಇದು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಸಲ ಅಲ್ಲ. 1965ರ ಭಾರತ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಯುದ್ಧದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೆಲವು ವೀರ ಪೈಲಟ್ಗಳ ವಿಮಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಹೊಡೆದುರುಳಿಸಿತ್ತು. ಅವರು ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನಿ ಸೈನ್ಯದ ಕೈಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಅಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ವೀರ ಪೈಲಟ್ ಏರ್ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಕೆ.ಸಿ. ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪ ಸುವರ್ಣ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ನೇರ ಸಂಪರ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್ ಏರ್ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಸಾಬ್.
Jai Hind.
Sir, feeling very proud to have you on Suvarna News.
Thank you very much.
Sir, we are in the threshold of war and our pilot is in the enemy's custody. Whole nation is praying for his safe return. What would you like to tell at this juncture, sir?
For one thing, I am reasonably sure that we will not go to war in the near future. As far as the pilot is concerned, I am confident that he will be returned in the quickest possible time. In 1999, when Flight Lieutenant Nachiketa was taken prisoner, he was returned by the Pakistan Army within 10 days.
Yes.
I am hoping that Wing Commander Abhinandan will return even sooner.
Yes, Wing Commander Abhinandan ತುಂಬಾ ಬೇಗ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸೇಫ್ ಆಗಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. Air Marshal sir, as a country, we Indians are not used to setbacks. We continuously expect wins in the war and in conflicts. The moment we heard the capture of Abhinandan, whole country was in a kind of a shock. What would you like to tell to the fellow countrymen, sir?
All I can say is have faith in God, have faith in the government, and that Wing Commander Abhinandan will be returned to his family and to the country in the shortest possible time.
ಎಸ್, ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸೈನ್ಯದ ಮೇಲೆ ಭರವಸೆ ಇಡಿ. ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ವಿಂಗ್ ಕಮಾಂಡರ್ ಅಭಿನಂದನ್ ಸುರಕ್ಷಿತವಾಗಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಏರ್ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. 1965ರ ಯುದ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪನವರು ಹಾರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಯುದ್ಧ ವಿಮಾನವನ್ನು ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನಿ ಸೈನ್ಯ ಹೊಡೆದುರುಳಿಸಿತ್ತು. 4 ತಿಂಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಏರ್ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪ ಅವರು ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಯುದ್ಧ ಕೈದಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದರು. Sir, can you recall that day, day on 1965, September 22nd, when your flight was shot down by Pakistani army? Air Marshal sir, we saw some of the footages of Abhinandan. We were surprised and felt very proud by the way he was speaking to the enemy. What makes a warplane pilot to speak like that? He tells that I am not supposed to tell my squadron name in the enemy custody. What makes a fighter pilot to speak with such a confidence when he is in the custody of the enemy?
He knows full well that he is protected by the laws of the Geneva Convention for treatment of prisoners of war. He is confident that he will not be treated, and it can be hoped that if he is, as we know him to be, in custody of the Pakistani armed forces, he will be well treated and well looked after.
But there are also the chances that Pakistan may not tell that we have captured a pilot and he may be ill-treated or something worst may happen, which we have seen during the Kargil war.
True, but this time we acknowledge the fact that the wing commander is a prisoner of war. Mm-hmm. He has been seen and shown on television. So there should be no fear about his well-being and about his returning to our homeland.
So can you recall the day when your plane was shot down by Pakistani army on 1965 September 22nd? What exactly had happened on that day?
Well, it was over 50 years ago.
Yes.
But my aeroplane was shot down and I shifted at 3 door. I had no idea whether my squadron or my country knew that I was alive and well, and so I really have very say about that time.
Yeah, Marshal, that war was fought in the leadership of your father, legendary Field Marshal K.M. Cariappa. And we read in your autobiography that then President of Pakistan, Ayub Khan, offered Field Marshal that your son will be released immediately if he wished to and he is well taken care of.
That information is not quite correct
Uh-huh.
because the 1955 war was fought with General Chaudhry as Chief of Army Staff.
Yes.
My father at that time was general. He had not yet been made Field Marshal.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
understand after I was repatriated that Field Marshal Ayub Khan had offered to repatriate me ahead of the other prisoners. And my father said, they are all my sons, treat them equally and repatriate my son with the others.
Yes, yes. ಕೆ ಎಂ ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ ಅವರ ಪುತ್ರ ಕೆ ಸಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನಿಗಳ ಕೈಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕಿಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಆಯೂಬ್ ಖಾನ್ ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಆಗ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಕೆ ಎಂ ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಸಿಕ್ಕಿ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು, ಅವರ ಯೋಗಕ್ಷೇಮ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು, ಉಳಿದವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಯಾವಾಗ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೋ ಆವಾಗಲೇ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಕೂಡ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನು. ಸರ್, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ರೀಕಾಲ್ 4 months of your being as a prisoner of war in Pakistan, sir? Where were you kept? Were you aware of what is happening in the outer world?
Well, I recall very vividly my 4 months as a prisoner of war.
Mm-hmm.
I was initially in Rawalpindi
Okay.
and then moved to a prisoner of war camp in Dargai, the northwest frontier.
Mm-hmm.
We had very little news or information about the war, and we did not know that the war had come to an end.
Okay. Oh, you
Uh,
you did not even know that war has ended.
No, because I was shot down on the last day of the war,
Mm-hmm.
and as far as I'm aware, the war had continued till I don't know what date.
So prisoners of war will not have access to any newspaper or any news media for that matter.
No.
Okay. Sir, were you, I mean, not you in the sense, the others who were captured by Pakistan, were you, were they humiliated or were they tortured for the information regarding the Indian Army or Indian Air Force?
I do not think so.
Mm-hmm.
I had spent some amount of time in solitary confinement,
Okay.
but apart from that, I do not think anyone was badly treated by the Pakistan Army.
Mm-hmm. Sir, Geneva Convention was not implemented then, I suppose.
No, the Geneva Convention is
Okay.
the moment two countries at war,
Mhm.
you are a signatory to the Geneva Convention.
Okay.
It is to be implemented immediately. And
Yes, yes, sir.
I presume it took a little bit of time
Mhm.
for that to take place.
Okay.
But it needs to be implemented with immediate effect the moment an individual has been prisoner.
Sir, right now, neither India nor Pakistan has officially declared it as a war. Now, Wing Commander Abhinandan is in their custody. Will Pakistan, is Pakistan bound by Geneva Convention resolution, sir?
Yes, it is, because there are two factors are linked in this.
Mm-hmm.
One is whether the nations are at war. Even if they're not at war, there is a humanitarian consideration, and Pakistan is bound by being signatory of the convention to look after and treat Wing Commander Abhinandan in a suitable, honorable manner.
So, what would be the mindset of the family members, sir? Considering that Abhinandan's father was also from the Indian Air Force, they know the pros and cons of a war.
Well, they would obviously be very concerned and very upset. And what I feel very sad about is the irresponsibility of social media in showing the wing commander with the face bloodied because he had been perhaps beaten up on his when he landed on the ground, and I think that was totally inhuman and unnecessary. I think and I'm sure that his father, who retired as Air Marshal, will have reassured his family and his grandchildren, as there must be, that all will be well and that his father will be returned in the shortest possible time.
Air Marshal sir, as I can recall, your flight was crashed in Punjab province of Pakistan.
Well, not exactly. It was, in fact, my India. I shot down over a pocket of India that had been occupied by the Pakistan army
Okay.
in what was known as the current Baj.
So you were
And
not subjected to the anguish of the local people then.
no,
Okay.
because I landed in the middle of a Pakistan army unit, and so I was taken in custody by them immediately.
Okay, okay. Sir, we heard that as soon as Abhinandan landed through his parachute, he asked whether I am in India or in Pakistan. Is it so difficult for a pilot, to judge whether he is in Indian side or Pakistani side? Will they not be knowing
Well,
at all?
it could happen because the thing is this, that when you're flying at high speeds, and it appears that what little I haven't got any authentic news, but it happened that he could have been a little mistaken. For
Okay.
example, when I was shot down, I was not sure whether I was in India or in Pakistan. It so happened, however, that it was in India that I was taken prisoner, but a small pocket of land that the Pakistani army had occupied.
Sir, you were speaking about the irresponsible social media posts. What is your suggestion to the countrymen at this moment? The war
Well,
is not just fought between two armies or two air forces. It is the mindset of the people which is decisive in the war.
that's very true. I feel strongly about this, and I feel that it's all very well to say we must be disciplined about not sending wrong messages or untrue incidents, but we are all, I think, a little greedy for news, and we tend to sensationalize any information that we get, and I don't know how this can be curbed or except on the basis of a sense of responsibility of individuals as such.
Yes. Well, yeah, Marshal sir, wonderful speaking to you. Thank you very much for sparing your time and giving an interview to Suvarna News.
Thank you very
Thank,
much indeed. Pleasure.
thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
God bless you all. Bye.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಎ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಕೆ.ಸಿ. ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ನೇರ ಸಂಪರ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. 1965 ಭಾರತ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಯುದ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಯುದ್ಧ ಕೈದಿಯನ್ನಾಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿತ್ತು. ಏರ್ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪ ಫ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಯುದ್ಧ ವಿಮಾನವನ್ನು ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನಿ ಸೇನೆ ಹೊಡೆದುರುಳಿಸಿತ್ತು. ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ 22, 1965ರಿಂದ ಜನವರಿ 22, 1966 ತನಕ, ಅಂದರೆ 4 ತಿಂಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಸನರ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯುದ್ಧ ಕೈದಿಯಾಗಿ ಇದ್ದರು. ರಾವಲ್ಪಿಂಡಿ ಜೈಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏರ್ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಕರಿಯಪ್ಪನವರನ್ನು ಇಡಲಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅವರ ತಂದೆ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಆದಂಥ ಕೆ.ಸಿ. ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪ, ಕೆ.ಎಂ. ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪ ಯುದ್ಧವನ್ನು ಮುನ್ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು. ಕೆ.ಎಂ. ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪನವರ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಕೆ.ಎಂ. ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ಪನವರ ಮಗನೇ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಯುದ್ಧ ಕೈದಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಆಗ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನದ ನೇತೃತ್ವ ವಹಿಸಿದ್ದ ಅಯೂಬ್ ಖಾನ್ ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗ ಅನ್ನುವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಅವನನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನುವ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಉಳಿದವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಯಾವಾಗ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೋ ಆವಾಗಲೇ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ಅನ್ನುವ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಷಲ್ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಇಂಥ ಸೈನಿಕ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ.